just want to welcome everybody to Steve Irwin Day. It's a very special year for us because we've got so many new and exciting things happening at Australia Zoo. We've just started our meerkat exhibit. For the first time, we've got meerkats. We've got so many beautiful animals and things up and coming at Australia Zoo. A lot of Australia Zoo is under construction right now, and we're fulfilling the plans and goals and dreams that Steve started so many years ago. And it's been 11 years since he passed, and in some ways it feels like not long at all, and in some ways it does feel a bit like an eternity. But he'd be so excited today because Steve just loved Troy Cassar-Daley. I'll say your name right, Troy. And Troy has been a good friend of the Irwins for many, many years and is an accomplished performer, award-winning musician. But today, he's going to be in the Walk of Fame with his handprints and his special star and the recognition that he deserves here at Australia Zoo for being a friend for so many years. And I just want to thank everyone for coming to celebrate with us. And Bindi, what are you excited about today?
Absolutely. We are just thrilled. Thank you for coming out today. We are thrilled to be celebrating Dad, his life, his legacy, everything he achieved. Not only was he the world's greatest wildlife warrior, but he was the world's best dad too. And for us, we remember him as our superhero and the one we will always look up to. So as a family, we'll continue to follow in his footsteps and try our best to make him proud. And here at Australia Zoo, you'll see so many people walking around with their touch of khaki, and even around the world. We encourage everyone to wear khaki this Steve Irwin Day and get into the spirit. It's all about wildlife, wild places, spending time with the people that you love and enjoying each and every day. We're really lucky because at Wildlife Warriors we're continuing all of Dad's great work as well. We have conservation projects around the world helping tigers and cheetahs and rhinos. Our wildlife hospital here has taken in over 70,000 animals, and we're really proud of all of this great work and carrying on in Dad's footsteps. So we can't wait for an awesome day today, feeding the crocs, of course, Troy being here. We're just thrilled.
Well, we have folks who have been supporters of Wildlife Warriors and our conservation work from all walks of life around the world. And we really love involving those people who are closest to us to come for Steve Irwin Day and to be recognized for what they're doing. And I just think, you know, Troy really personifies that communicating what Australia is all about through song, whether it's mateship or wildlife and wild places or the importance of being loyal in your relationships. And his music really speaks to us. And so I think we're really blessed to include him as one of our very important friends and someone who is always a friend to Steve as well. And today is just the perfect day. It's also my birthday. I'm turning 8 today. I became an Australian 8 years ago, so it's pretty cool for me too. You know, I've now realized that we're not going to put a shrimp on the Barbie. We're going to have prawns. So thank you. I am Australian, and I appreciate being able to be part of this beautiful country. I'm so blessed. I don't take it for granted, and I think we live in the most beautiful country on earth.
It's a big thrill, and we've been fans since my children were tiny kids of Steve's and the whole family. And when I travel Australia, I get to understand what beautiful places look like. You get to understand what habitats are like for animals that have been there for thousands and thousands of generations. So you carry all this stuff with you. You feel like you become a bit of a warrior on your way around. And I think that it's really special to be able to share with the people that come and listen to music the spirit of what the Irwins stand for as well. Well, for instance, I mean, I've just done the tour through this amazing hospital backstage here. And you realise that habitat is something that's vital to koalas. And it's just getting taken up every minute of the day. You know, we're losing our habitat. And when I see that happening, you know, I get a little bit of angst in my belly, but I also think, what can we do to make people aware of that and make sure we keep some of these corridors open for things to actually survive. And all the way down to the north coast, I went back to my old tribal land for last weekend with a lot of my uncles and cousins. And we take so much care in the environment that we go and camp in. I would hope people do the same. And all the way along, I saw the bridges and the little places to protect koalas all the way down along the highway. I think it's just nice that people are actually, it's at the forefront of their mind, and it does it for me, and that's why we're here. We're here to spread the word of conservation.
Well, I think Steve Irwin Day, for me, it's one of my favourite days of the year, certainly. It's so nice to see everyone at Australia Zoo with their families, dressing up in khaki and just celebrating everything that Dad loved. And, you know, I think Dad was probably one of the most passionate people on the planet. And everything that he did, he gave it 100%, was so dedicated to wildlife and conservation. And as Bindi mentioned, he was also just the best dad ever. He was all about family, and I'm sure he would be so happy to see all of the families visiting here today, playing with animals and just remembering his incredible work.